Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. Today we are doing an English grammar lesson and the subject is short answers, and this is part 1. So, what is a short answer? Well, a short answer is an answer to a question that does not repeat all of the words from the question. So I'm going to give you an example. So the example is a situation in a restaurant. So the waiter comes to your table and he asks you, "Are you enjoying your meal?" And Mark replies, well, this is an example of a long answer. So Mark could say, "Yes, I'm enjoying my meal." So this it's correct. It's not a mistake. Okay, it's grammatically correct, but it is not a good style of English because we're repeating these words from the question. If you listen again, it doesn't sound very good because we're repeating the words. Are you enjoying your meal? Yes, I'm enjoying my meal. You see, we're repeating the words and it's not a good style. A native English speaker would not say this. Okay, so now let's look at a short answer. Are you enjoying your meal? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So this is an example of a short answer. And I'm going to explain this form and the different types of form in this lesson. So, the form of the short answer depends on the form of the question. Okay, so the form of the question determines the form that we will use in our short answer. And to simplify things, there are two main rules. Okay, there are two main differences or cases. So rule 1, if the question has an auxiliary verb, then the form of the short answer is subject followed by the auxiliary verb. Okay? Don't worry, I'm going to give you lots of examples of this. And the second case, the second rule, if the question uses the verb be as a main verb, not an auxiliary verb. So if the verb be is in the question acting as a main verb, then the form of the short answer is subject followed by the verb to be as a main verb. Okay, and again, don't worry, I'm going to give you lots of examples in this video. So let's start with this one. Let's start with rule number 1, and I'm going to give you several examples. So here's the rule again. If the question has an auxiliary verb, then the form of the short answer is subject followed by auxiliary verb. Example. Jane asks, "Is Mark coming to the party?" Is Mark coming to the party? So in red, this is the auxiliary verb. This is the verb be acting as an auxiliary verb. It is not a main verb here. Okay? And the tense is the present continuous in the question form. So Mark is coming is the affirmative, and is Mark coming, this is the question form. So it's the present continuous, and we have an auxiliary verb. So the answer is, the short answer is, yes, he is. So yes, followed by the subject, he, and then is, the auxiliary verb. Okay? So this is what we say if the answer is yes. And we never use the contracted form in the affirmative. If the answer is yes, then we always use the full, complete form. Yes, he is. We do not use an apostrophe. We do not use the contracted form when we use a short answer in the affirmative. So we don't say yes, he's. Okay, that is wrong. But what if the answer is no? Well, here is the full form. We say no, he is not. No, he is not. So this means no, he is not coming to the party. So we say no, then the subject, the auxiliary verb in the negative form. So in the if it is no, then we can use the full form, and we can also use the contracted form. No, he isn't. Okay? Or no, he's not. This is an alternative contracted form. No, he's not. Okay? So we take the auxiliary verb, and then we have the subject and the auxiliary verb in the answer. Another example. Have you brushed your teeth? Have you brushed your teeth? So this is a question in the present perfect. And the present perfect has an auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is the verb have. So it's have followed by the past participle. Have you brushed your teeth? So let's look at the short answers. If the answer is yes, we say, yes, I have. Yes, I have. And it's always in the full, complete form. We never use the contracted form when the answer is yes. Okay? Yes, I have. Subject, auxiliary verb. But what if the answer is no? Well, here is the full form. No, I have not. No, I have not. So in the short answer, we don't say the main verb. We only say the auxiliary verb. So we don't repeat this or this. Okay? And we can use this in the contracted form. No, I haven't. Or, no, I've not. So all of these answers are correct. Okay? Let's look at some more examples of Rule 1. So here is the reminder of Rule 1. The question has an auxiliary verb, so the form of the short answer is subject followed by the auxiliary verb. David asks, can you swim? So here, the auxiliary verb is actually a modal verb, because a modal verb is also a type of an auxiliary verb. Can. Can you swim? So this is the auxiliary verb. So can you guess what the answer is? Well, Jane replies, yes, I can. Yes, I is the subject and can is the auxiliary verb. Yes, I can. And it's always the complete form. And in the negative, if the answer is no, here is the full form. No, I cannot. No, I cannot. Or, no, I can't. No, I can't. Okay, we have a choice here. Mark asks, has Claire called you? Has Claire called you? So again, here we have an example of the present perfect in the question form. And this time it is the third person singular feminine. Okay? Has Claire called you? And John replies, yes, she has. Yes, she has. Yes, followed by the subject, followed by the auxiliary verb in the correct form. She has. And notice again, this is the full form. We do not use the contracted form. We don't say yes, she's. Okay, we only use the full form. But what if the answer is no? John says, no, she has not. No, she has not. And of course, this means no, she has not called me. So this is the short answer. This is the full form. And here is the contracted form. No, she hasn't. Or, no, she's not. And all of these answers are correct examples of the short answer. Okay? More examples of Rule 1. Jane asks, do you like dogs? So here we have the auxiliary verb do. Do you like dogs? And David replies, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Subject followed by the auxiliary verb. Or, no, I do not. No, I do not. This is the full form. And here is the contracted form. No, I don't. No, I don't. So this means no, I don't like dogs. Did Sarah go to London? Did Sarah go to London? So again, we have the auxiliary form do. But this time it is the past simple. So it's the past tense. So we use did, because did is the past form of do. And Claire replies, yes, she did. Yes, she did. So this means yes, she went to London. Okay, yes, she did. Or, no, she did not. No, she did not. So this is the full form. And here is the contracted form. No, she didn't. So no, followed by the subject, followed by the auxiliary verb. Did or didn't. Okay. Rule 2. Remember there were two rules. So this is rule 2. And this is when in the question there is the verb be, but it is acting as a main verb. Okay. So this is not an auxiliary verb. The verb be is in the question, but it is a main verb. And then the form of the short answer is subject followed by the verb be, okay, in the correct form. Example. Mark asks, are you angry? Are you angry? So this is the question form of the verb be in the present. Are you angry? The verb be here, this is not an auxiliary verb. The verb be here is a main verb. So in our short answer, we will also repeat the verb be. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay? So yes, I, followed by the verb be in the correct form. So the subject is I, so the verb be is am. And again, very, very important, we only use the full form when the answer is yes. So it's yes, I am. We don't say yes, I'm. We don't use an apostrophe here. But what if the answer is no? Well, Jane says, no, I am not. I am not. So this is the full form. And here is the contracted form. No, I'm not. So this means Jane is saying, no, I'm not angry. Okay, but we don't repeat the word angry because we want this to be a short answer. Another example. Were the cats tired? Were the cats tired? So here we have the past tense, the past simple tense of the verb be. And the verb be is a main verb. and it is the third person plural. The cats. Were the cats tired? Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Notice here we replace the noun with a pronoun. And again, that is because we don't want to repeat the words from the question in the answer, because it is a bad style. So we replace the noun with a pronoun, they. Yes, they were. And this is the main verb, the verb be, in the past tense. Past simple, third person plural. Okay? Or, no, they were not. Or, no, they weren't. So this is the contracted form. More examples of Rule 2. Was Mark at the meeting? Was Mark at the meeting? So here we have the verb be in the past tense, and it is the third person singular, masculine. Was Mark at the meeting? The verb be is a main verb. John replies, yes, he was. Or, no, he was not. No, he was not. This is the full form. Or, no, he wasn't. This is the contracted form. And we have the subject followed by the main verb be in the correct form. Jane asks, is she hungry? Is she hungry? So we have now come back to the present tense of the verb be as a main verb. Is she hungry? Yes, she is. Yes, she is. This is the full form. She is. Or, no, she is not. Or, in the contracted form, no, she's not. Or, we have another contracted form, no, she isn't. So all of these three mean the same thing. These are the short answer when we want to say no. And this is the short answer when we want to say yes. Okay? And some more examples of Rule 2. I told you there were lots of examples. Jane asks, are you pregnant? And Claire replies, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Or, no, I am not. Or, no, I'm not. And finally, Jane asks, was the car clean? Can you guess what the yes answer is? What's the yes short answer? The answer is yes, it was. Yes, it was. Again, notice that we replace the noun, the car, with a pronoun, it, because we don't want to repeat this word in the short answer. So we say, yes, it was. So it is the subject, and was is the main verb be, in the correct form. Or, if the answer is no, we say, no, it was not. This is the complete form. And this is the contracted form. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Okay? So there we are. That's the end of this lesson. Hope this helped you. If you are interested in private online lessons, click here for the instructions and the prices. And here are some other videos that I recommend.